Okay, boys and girls, so today we are going to talk about antonyms. But if you remember last time we talked about synonyms. Can anybody tell me what a synonym is? Yeah.
It means words that mean the same thing.
Mean the same thing, right. Can you give me an example of synonym?
Like big and huge.
Big and huge. They mean the same thing, but they're two different words, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, well today we're talking about antonyms. And an antonym is a word that is opposite. So it means something completely different. So can you think of two words that are completely different?
Big and small.
Big and small, exactly. That's a great example. So anything that is completely opposite from another. Well, today we're going to read a book, If You Were an Antonym, and the author is Nancy Lowen, and it's illustrated by Sarah Gray. So that's what we're going to be reading today. And we said an antonym means opposite. I know it's kind of hard to see up here, but there's some words on here. Can you see any?
Sick.
Sick, okay. Can you come up and circle that for me? Excellent. Sick, okay. Now, if we were a synonym and we were sick, can you think of a word that would mean sick? This is a tricky word. Ill?
Ill, yeah.
Ill, we could be ill, right? Okay, now, if we're an antonym, then what do you think that would be?
Healthy.
Healthy, okay. Or another word on here. Can you see this? Well, yeah, that's all right. We'll learn as we go. Okay, there's also the word big up here. You said that earlier. What's the opposite of big?
Small.
Small. So those are what? What do we call those two words?
Antonyms.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's get into the book and see what we can find. If you were an antonym. Looking for antonyms? Watch for the big, colorful words in the example sentences. If you were an antonym, you might be early or late, big or small. That's big, that's small. That's early, because roosters crow in the morning, don't they? And late at night. Okay, so now as I go through the book, I want everybody to put a thumbs up whenever you hear me say an antonym, okay? Whenever I say two words that mean the opposite. If you were an antonym, you would be a word that means the opposite of another word. Opposite means to be completely different from something else. The room could be dark or light. Good job. You could be happy or sad. Good. You're catching on really quickly. If you were an antonym, you could have a suffix. A suffix is added to the end of a word. Adding a suffix can also change a word's meaning. Hopeful becomes hopeless. Good job. Careful becomes careless. You see that? It's the same word, we just added something to the end of it and it changed the whole meaning. It's pretty cool. Let's try this page. Let's go one more page. You would always be an opposite if you were an antonym. Can you see some antonyms in there?
Big and small.
Big and small, good. Okay, now we're going to do an activity. Since we talked about antonyms, and we now know what they are, and we read them in the book, and we know lots of them now, I have these cards, and what we're going to do is all of these cards have a little piece of paper on them, and each card in here has an opposite. So each word has an antonym. So what you're going to do is you're going to pair up with a partner, and you're going to take these deck of cards. I have a deck of cards for everybody. And you're just going to go along and you're going to put weak, and you're going to put what goes along with weak. Do you know what weak means?
It means like not very strong.
Not very strong. So if we're weak, what's the opposite of weak?
Strong.
Strong, we're strong, right. So that's all you do, and you're just going to match them up along the lines in your desk. And if you get finished, what I want you to do is come up with your own antonyms, okay? So you can take these and you can go with your partner to your desk.